So I'm doing, this is Kuiper is his name, Kuiper, the standard poodle. I'm just clipping his feet. I'm using a number 30 blade on the Andis Pulse Ion. His feet are not freshly washed, so I probably won't get them perfectly smooth, but I'll get them good enough for them to be touched up before his owner competes with him tomorrow. He's being very, very good. He's not pulling or anything. He's just going with the flow. I like to use a 30 rather than the 40 setting. I find that no matter how gentle, how careful I am, I always tend to nick them on the 40, so I use the 30. I use my fingers underneath, and so I put my thumb on this joint and my finger on the pad to push the toenail out. Easy, babe, easy. Push the toenail out so you can get nice and tight around the nail bed. And I'm just using the corner of my blade. He's like, oh, I'm being fussy now. My mom's over there. I'm using the corner of the blade just to sneak in and get all those little edges. Another way I like to do this, if they're pulling a little bit that way, you can put the foot backwards and you can get all the way in the pad. You can get all those little areas. And because their leg is bent, sometimes they pull a little bit less. He is being very good. There's some standards, or some poodles in general, that are very, very sensitive on their feet, and they're just non-stop pulling away from you. So like I said, I probably won't get them all the way perfect, but this is gonna help Nadia when she goes to prep him tomorrow for the poodle class. I really like this clipper. I find that it's very quiet, but it's powerful enough to do these kinds of jobs. This dog has thick hair, and it's going in very smoothly, and it's very quiet. Easy, easy. I know, babe. I know. I'm using my fingers underneath the pad, like in the skin of the pads, to manipulate the toes to help separate them. Easy. What I would do is that this dog is being used in the competition tomorrow, so I can't do this. But what I would do next, once I've clipped the foot entirely, I would comb all the hair down. And to create my cuff, rather than use scissors, I hate using scissors for my cuffs. I never get them even, and I spend 20 minutes trying to fix them. So I would comb all my hair down, and then I would take my clipper on a 40 setting, and I'm gonna turn it off so I don't cut this dog's hair because he's in the competition tomorrow. But I would use the 40, and I would clip along the line that I clipped to on his knuckles. I would go in like this on a 40 setting, and when you drop the foot down, it makes a really, really nice bevel that you only have to touch up a tiny bit. And I do that on my contest dogs. I use that in my salon. I find that a really effective way to do bevels really quickly, and they look really nice. So that's on a 40. I'm going to go back to my 30.
We're going to exit the far end of the arena.
I always like to push my hair up so you can get a nice view of the hair you need to be clipping. I just met this dog a few minutes ago, so I don't know what he's totally comfortable with. I know that he's owned by a competition groomer, so I know he's probably pretty comfortable with everything, but again, I don't know him. And pull my hair out of the way, get all the way in around my toenails.
Make sure to stop by and thank them for sponsoring your other field day class.
I'm using my fingers on the inside to separate the toes and get right in nice and tight in the nail bed there. I find a lot of people, they ask how you can get faster on clipping feet. Start slow, honestly, start slow and work on your technique, and then eventually you will get faster. There's a quote from the movie Shooter. It's like my dad's favorite movie. And he says, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. And so I try to work slow and smooth, and then eventually you get faster. Hi guys. We're just clipping some poodle feet. This is Kuiper. I'm gonna move my table up a little bit. Good boy. He's like, that's moving. Gonna get on the top of the foot now. And again, this clipper is really low vibrations. So it's nice and quiet, nice and smooth. Not uncomfortable for the dog. Get in those toes. It's like, that's my toenail. Easy, babe, easy. I use my fingers and I'm gonna push some of the hair up from the nail bed. Again, this hair is not freshly cleaned, so it's not gonna pick up like it would if it was washed. Easy. But use my thumb, stretch that hair out from the nail. This clipper is also really nice for doing your sanitary areas. The blade stays, it never gets hot. It will get warm, but never hot. Like I can put that on my face and it's nice and cool. Let's try this one. Try this one. So I'm using my fingers underneath to separate that. That's how the foot naturally sits. So I'm sticking my fingers underneath to stretch the pads apart. Easy. And I'm only going up to where the foot bends. If you have a dog with less than desirable feet, if they're really flat or they're really splayed, you might want to leave your shave line a little bit lower to cover the foot a little bit. Have more of a visor, I guess, on your foot, not have it as obvious. But if you have nice feet like Kuiper does here, you can go up to where the foot is bending. And again, go nice and slow, make the dog comfortable. Easy. I try to keep them standing. He looks like he's thinking about sitting down. I find when they're sitting, they do tend to pull a little bit more. So I try to keep them standing. Hey, stop. I think he's upset that his mom is left. And I'm a stranger, aren't I? Stranger danger. I'm gonna have some hairs in the toenail there, so I'm gonna pull them out with my finger. Settling down a little bit.